Tracy Lynn Cruz, also known as Ashley the Yellow Ranger from Power Rangers Turbo and Power Rangers in Space. I want to welcome you to the Power Morphicon Angel Grove High School Prom. I'm looking forward to seeing you all. It's going to be fabulous. Dress up, and we'll see you then.
Prom and senior prom like separated?
Main scene.
I think.
Whoa, we're live! Hey guys, welcome to the Retro Ranger wrap up. I'm filling in for Daniel
and Joe.
I forgot. And Joe, and we're here with Elle, and she's gonna be taking control of the show today. Yeah. So today we watched, and we're gonna review the Mutiny
parts 1, 2, and 3.
I actually so JD said, "Oh, did you watch the episodes already?" He's like, "Yep, I watched both of them." And then he goes, "There's 3 of them." I was like, "Ah, fuck!"
You're so close.
I was so close.
Uno mas.
But yeah, this is how are you enjoying the series so far?
I actually really like it. I love going back and watching these old episodes. Yeah. Nostalgia is strong. That's for sure.
But first off, let's get the plugs out of the way. We got that bar over there. You see that bar? Who's leading right now? MJ Spud. And I don't understand, because MJ, you already have a ticket. Why are you competing?
Wait, isn't it for the toy?
This money.
It's so what you get with this, you get the exclusive Lord Dracon figure that's going to be produced by Bandai, which is going to be one of the last things that Bandai is probably going to do with. So that's sad. But yeah, so if you knock down MJ Spud,
oh, cool.
Can change the background. It's cool. If you knock down MJ Spud, then you get the Lord Dracon figure. And you get a free weekend pass to Power Morphicon, which is going to be cool. Also, we have a TeePublic store and you can get all your merch, all right there. You got BB-8, you got that Saved by the Bell shirt, and then I put my shirt up on there, so if you guys want to get that, I'm going to add the one with the little lightning bolt, so you guys could have some Power Ranger swag. And what else? We got the Super Chat button. Now, the Super Chat button... it helps support the show, helps keep the light on, because the lights aren't even on.
Oh, yeah.
JD can hear the lights. It helps keep the lights on, as obviously the lights aren't on right now. I totally missed that. It really just helps up the production value of the show, and it really helps us out a lot. So if you feel inclined, hit that Super Chat button, because that'd be awesome. Also, we have the THS hashtaggers page. Would you like to tell them about that page?
No.
Okay. The THS hashtaggers page is our community Facebook page where you guys could share everything that you find interesting and share it with us, because we're on that page. You can show all your projects, anything that you guys are really interested into, anything that you're working on, and we'll check that out. So check those links down at the bottom. Now, back to the show. How are you doing today, Al?
I'm good. How are you?
Good.
I love your toys.
I know.
These
are the Soul of Chogokin. Soul of Chogokin. These are the super articulated and like. Look at this. He's got a freaking
That
chain.
is so amazing.
This is so weird. I can only recall him using it maybe once or twice.
Maybe.
It's and then I got this Alpha 5. I got my ice cream. It's got his little thing. So yeah,
I like how yellow has like the biggest scoop. It's like the foundation.
I know, it's the bottom.
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of want ice cream like that. So if there's any like ice creameries that want to recreate this, hit us up, because I would be down to get some of that. I mean, pretty much it'd just be like little
design
overlays on top of ice cream and stuff.
But if they can make it with like strawberry with the vanilla in the middle like that,
oh, that'd be so good. But yeah, I brought these because if you guys have watched the episode, you know that this is the last time we're gonna be seeing these Zords. So yeah, what'd you think about the episode? Like, were you surprised by how different it felt than the last season?
I mean, A little bit, because we're so used to Rita Repulsa, and I quite like her a lot. Like, she's like my favorite. And then Lord Zedd is such a dick. Like, he comes in, overthrows, and is like, hey guys, you guys all suck.
You know, one thing that when he came in, so they're doing the ATVing, and then he kind of appeared like his little silhouette at the moon base. But at the beginning of the scene, Scorpina is there. But then she disappears.
She never shows up. Yeah.
And you know who else isn't in this? Like he's at the very end of I think the 3rd episode, but it's Finster.
Well, oh yeah, because that's the whole thing too. Like I was thinking about Finster, and being like, Zedd's making his own monsters now, and I imagine Finster being like, no one replaces Finster. I'm gonna have to get rid of this guy.
See, the reason behind that is that the footage from the Super Sentai for what's the Super Sentai Zeo Ranger, the footage from that, they had Finster in it, and he's making those clay monsters. But with Zedd, they don't have too much footage of making those monsters. Okay. So I mean, now they're just gonna start popping up out of nowhere, like this monster from today. What was it, Piranha Head or something?
Or Prontis?
I can't remember his head. You guys let us know.
It's like a piranha monster fish who controls machines for some reason.
Yep, that doesn't make any sense. He has like a little like it looks like fish nunchucks that turns into a flute.
Yeah,
it's the weirdest thing, and it controls technology. So that's the weirdest. I don't know.
Okay, but the weirdest thing though is the school apparently has a fundraiser where these kids ride on ATVs. Like, how much money does the school have?
I know.
The city keeps getting destroyed. Like, I don't understand if they're just claiming insurance.
Like, especially in this episode, the city
was super destroyed. God, like, those Zords came and was like bashing everything.
No mercy. They were savage. They were just destroying everything. And the thing that people don't like to realize, like I said in the yesterday's show, is there are people that live in these buildings or work in these buildings, and now they're displaced. Like, they don't have anywhere to go.
If they're still alive, like, like I like how they don't have like mass funerals for any of the people that apparently die in these like catastrophes.
Yeah, I love how the Power Rangers don't even acknowledge it or don't even try to help fix things. Like with Avengers, Tony Stark pays to have stuff.
Dude, they have to go to school, man. They have studies. They
go
to ride ATVs.
There has to be consequences to their actions. And why is Rita and why are these monsters only attacking this city? I don't understand. If you are on the moon, you have the view of like every place. You could start attacking. Like 5 cities or 6 cities at the same time.
Like Japan kind of knows what's up with Godzilla and all this other stuff. I feel like they're equipped, so it's like no Japan.
Reinforce their buildings like, Godzilla is coming, we gotta be prepared.
New York has like King Kong, so it's Angel Grove, we need to target Angel Grove. They haven't had enough monsters and Zords destroying their city yet.
You know what I realized? It didn't dawn on me until like maybe watching a few of these episodes. So these are dinosaurs.
Yes.
These are not that and that. Yeah. They're dinosaurs. But the Dragon Zord is Godzilla.
Pretty much, yeah.
He
has like laser breath.
Yep, and he walks out of the water the same way. So they do have Godzilla. Yeah, so I feel like they need to acknowledge this in future Power Ranger seasons that these cities are getting destroyed. People, I mean, especially now with the information age, like people start figuring stuff out. So they'll be like,
or at least tweeting. Like I would like to see it moved into like modern day, kind of like the movie. It's like, hey, these things are destroying our city.
Exactly. Or some dude with a whiteboard or a map is like, all right, so it seems like they only attack this area right here.
So if we move outside of the city limits, we'll all be safe.
That's what it seems like it should be. And it's like, the Power Rangers only come right here. So the Power Rangers are located in this area. So they need to, it doesn't make any sense. But it's a kid's show, so we just gotta look past it.
And that's the other thing too, with like Bulk and Skull being like, we're gonna find out the identities of these Power Rangers. And I'm like, and they look at the ATVs and it's like, where are those 6 kids and the 6 Power Rangers?
Where are all those colors?
Yeah, it's like a weird Sailor Moon thing where it's like, how do you not know who they are? Like,
it's
do you not have eyes?
They don't wear any masks. They don't wear any
Sailor
glasses.
Venus wears a mask, but and these kids, they wear masks, but they're like their voices, and they didn't even be like, those sound familiar.
Yep. And how is it that? So I saw the Power Rangers on their ATVs, and I saw Bulk and Skull, but I didn't see anybody else on their ATVs. I mean,
There was a couple other kids in the beginning when they're all heading off into the desert.
but they stopped.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, you would think they would have finished their little race, like, super ahead of time.
Yeah,
or that they would notice that there's, like, Zords and monsters, like, running a rampage.
Yeah, that people would probably, exactly now, in this day and age, people start tweeting, there'll be people videotaping. But, I mean, back in that day, they had, like, beepers, maybe? Maybe. And so then now, Lord Zedd came. Now we got a little clip of Lord. So Lord Zedd came, and freaking Goldar, spineless,
two-faced, double-crossing.
He's like, when he's with Rita, he's like, "Oh, Empress, you're my Empress. I will serve you." And then as soon as Lord Zedd comes, like, "Oh, you're on your own." And then he goes to he's spineless.
Oh, I don't like Goldar anymore. I thought he was a good general, like massing forces and being like, "Okay, we're gonna train." And it's like, oh, your cowardice is appalling to me. Get out of here.
Like, especially when Jason was in his little zone, he was so menacing and so, like, he's like the second in command, but now he's just like a spineless henchman.
Okay, so I have a question.
Yeah.
I don't know if this will be addressed in the future, but if Zedd is like the emperor and Rita is the empress, are they married? Are they a husband and wife duo, or are they just
really
emperor and empress? Yeah, I'm like curious.
Well, he's her superior at this point, but then so he sends her off in that little
garbage can,
puts her
dumpster.
back in that dumpster,
yeah, and
he sends her off. But I can't remember how, but she finds her way back. And then she kind of drugs Lord Zedd into falling in love with her.
She roofies him?
She roofies him.
Good for her.
Good for her?
Just kidding. Don't roofie anyone. But I just feel like, dude, that was messed up. Like, he sends around, it's like, hey, you need to defeat the Power Rangers. And, like, he couldn't even do it. So that's a little messed up for him to be like, hey,
Daniel's like, don't spoil it. And they goes, why? I want her to be surprised.
No, but I just assumed that they were married because it's like emperor and empress and, But I thought that subservient kind of kissing his feet and or like his shins more or less. I thought that was really
during the
weird.
episode, did she kind of like do what Goldar did and just like, bow to him?
Well, she was like, oh no, and kind of plotted, but came back and was like kissing some feet or shins or whatever, like. And I was like, oh, that's weird. I don't like Rita groveling.
One thing that you're gonna have fun with this season or these next few seasons is finding all the little Easter eggs or the little mistakes. Like I enjoy websites like Movie Mistakes where they find all these little things,
little inconsistencies.
This season for sure is probably the best one because as you probably don't know, but the new Zords and everything that they get, it's from a different season. They ran out of footage for Mighty Morphin, for Zoo Ranger, and they moved on to the next season. But they didn't change the suits, but they changed everything else. So with that, there's this is actually based off Die Ranger, which is that's not the one. Give me a second. Oh, that's a Conda Zords. But this one's Die Ranger. Now, Die Ranger is originally... This is what the suits look like.
Oh, man, those suits are so cool.
What the heck?
Those are, like, super amazing.
Yeah.
Do those suits ever come into play?
No, they don't.
No!
Which it sucks, because they're great suits, and it'd make more sense. If you look... I mean, you saw the new Zords from this one, and you saw what they look like.
Yeah.
That's what they look like. So you got the Phoenix, you got the Lion... The dragon.
Wait, where's Black Ranger? There's no Black Ranger. That's why. Ranger.
If you look at the actual Zord, it's not the face of the lion is green, so it's a green and black variant. So that's how they explain it. And these, if you notice, these Rangers have kind of the same aesthetics as the. You've seen the White Ranger.
I've seen the White Ranger. Yeah.
They have the same aesthetics as the White Ranger. So. This is where the show comes. This is where the show gets the footage from.
Oh man, yeah, because these Zords are so. I love these. New Zords.
These Zords are great.
Lot.
These are probably. I think the Red Dragon Zord is probably my favorite because it's its own thing and it's
and
really
it
good.
Flies too.
Yeah, it flies and then it turns into a robot all by himself.
I was a little disappointed, like we talked about it. I was a little disappointed that all the other new Zords are kind of like these mythic creatures, and then you get lion. And I was like, what? Like a regular animal?
What would you choose for like to replace it with?
That is a good question. Man, does anyone have any like crazy mythological creatures? Because the Firebird is kind of like a phoenix, I'm assuming.
The Firebird's a phoenix.
Yeah, we got a dragon. We have a unicorn, which I personally think is super cool.
A griffin.
And a griffin is pretty cool. I don't know. Is there some kind of like water creature? Like,
I don't know.
not like a Loch Ness monster, but maybe something along those lines, like some kind of mythological
something like
cool
that.
creature.
That would be really good. Because you're right. It doesn't make
you're a lion.
It's
Like,
not
we have
consistent.
those.
It's not consistent.
Like, it looks cool, but
What would you guys say in the chat? What would you guys replace the lion?
if you wanted to replace the lion,
if
or if you like
replace
the lion, then fight me on it.
So yeah, with this one, you're gonna have fun pointing out when they insert actual footage that they shot here in America. Like there are scenes where Squat and Babu and Rita are recast. They're recast. It's like a stand-in, and then you'll just see the back of their head, and it's like, oh, why don't we ever see their face? It's because Lord Zedd's not in the original source material, so they don't have scenes with Lord Zedd and Rita together.
That's super interesting, and like Lord Zedd seems so much more intense than Rita. Like it seems like a really big transfer of like power to be like Rita's like, all right, let's try to just do things and work together, and I'll just yell at you if we fail. And Zedd is like, no, screw all of y'all. If you guys fail, like.
And you could feel it in the episode, especially with the Rangers. I don't know if you noticed with some of the scenes. So first off, I've been reviewing the show as a whole, like not as like episode by episode.
Yeah.
So I mean, if people are confused, but there are some scenes where even like the most optimistic people on the team are really down on themselves. Like Zach was really down on him. He's like, man, what do we do? Like everybody was just.
Well, I mean, their Zords are frozen, which is something they actually haven't really encountered before. I also thought it was kind of ridiculous in the episode where Zedd's like, all right, I'm going to freeze some of your Zords and I'm going to turn, T-Rex against you guys. Why didn't he just turn all of them against all of them or freeze all of them? Exactly. And Tommy's like, you know what'll help? Dragon Zord, because I bet he won't freeze Dragon Zord or turn Dragon Zord against us. And I was like, damn it, Tommy. This is why you're not the leader.
This is why you're not the leader. This is exactly why you're not the leader. This is why you don't have powers right now.
But even Zordon should have been like, yo, Tommy, if you think about it logically, I don't think you should call out Dragon Zord.
Yeah.
Come on,
skipping forward, the way that they fixed this was something they should have done at the very beginning, but it just went over their heads. So they froze the Zords, and so they had to figure out how to do it. And then Tyrannosaurus and Dragon Zord fighting against each other for a while, and then they both got taken under Zedd's control. Yeah, and they started destroying the city.
Yeah, and then I like how they're also like, we'll just use our Zord powers on the Power Rangers. Which is why I never really understood why the Power Rangers didn't call the Zords in the first place to fight the monster when it was small.
Yep,
like,
that's always the same.
Hey, I need you to step on that guy really quick. Just step on him.
Imagine the T-Rex just going down, just biting him, and then that's it.
Yeah, and be like,
that's it.
All right, back to our studies. Let's go make fun of Bulk and Skull.
But you can tell. You can tell. Lord Zedd is his little attack plans or his little attack things are a little different. Like. Rita would never have been able to do what he did.
Like make putties with an actual target?
That's a stupid idea.
Damn it, Zedd.
Supposedly they were stronger, but
I mean they did have a really hard time fighting those putties, like a ridiculously hard time. Yeah. But I felt like it was on par with the putties that were wearing the football gear in a previous episode where I'm like, they shouldn't be that hard. But
they gave that football gear to Bulk in this episode.
Yeah, oh my god, Bulk and Skull's outfits in these episodes are my favorite.
They remind me of those. What are those that tag team wrestler team? Hawk and Animal. Can't remember what the Legion of something. Demolition. Something like that.
It is like that, and it kind of feeds into that Mad Max aesthetic. Exactly. I love that.
And you're on
so good.
And you're on ATVs. It just exactly fits the whole thing.
I love that, and especially since Bulk has his little rainbow mohawk going on. Oh,
I like wearing that kind of stuff when I go like snowboarding stuff, they have helmets where they have like all this like very extravagant and weird looking stuff, and I like how Bulk and Skull's style is. I like their style.
Me too. Their style is like my favorite in the show for sure.
Legion of Doom. That's the Legion of Doom, and they ditched Bulk and Skull, or Bulk and Skull were looking for them trying to figure out what was going on.
Well, yeah, because they had crashed initially.
Yeah.
And then I guess
they got lost from the whole thing. Yeah, like you were saying before, where does Angel Grove come up with the funds for this? Like nowadays, like schools don't even have enough funds to have certain classes in schools, and this school seems to have so much funding to the point where it's just ridiculous how much funding they have. I don't know if you remember the movie. I think the school also did funded the skydiving thing.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah,
they probably did. And like we were kind of talking behind the scenes of like junior proms and senior proms. My school's so broke. Like we barely had a senior prom. Like
really?
If that.
Did they combine it like the juniors?
It wasn't even combined. You only had a senior prom.
Oh.
And that was it.
Did you guys have other school dances?
We did have other school dances like in the gym.
Okay.
Yeah. But prom was definitely an off-site where it's like, super fun.
It's so then Rita gets thrown back into her little
She gets
canister.
shrunk, which I thought was funny. Instead of like make my monster grow, it's like
shrunk.
Okay, you get miniaturized. I thought that was super
cute. I
cute.
didn't understand like how much trouble she would have been if Zedd just let her stick around though.
Right, and like learn a lesson and be like, okay, maybe you can learn some stuff from me, and then I can send you off and you can defeat some other people.
I mean, it's not like she didn't try.
She was definitely trying.
It's just she's not that skilled at what she does. She's definitely trying. And if I were Zedd, I would keep her around and have her be one of my like kind of like Goldar. Just watch how I do things and obey me, and you're fine.
Right, because Rita's pretty like powerful. She can make things grow too, and
there's strength in numbers. And so he has a new way of making his monster grow. He just throws grenades onto the earth.
So like, where does Finster play in all this? I want Finster to like murder Zedd in his sleep and be like, I am the only one that creates monsters.
I have to keep watching, but I can't recall. I mean, because Finster's whole job is to make those monsters. So if Zedd is just gonna make them with his little snake staff or whatever, he kind of puts him out of the job. He should have put Finster in the little canister with Rita as he threw it.
Yeah, and apparently, like in the comics, like Finster killed his wife, so he can continue making these monsters. So I would hate to see Lord Zedd come in and be like, I don't have any use for you anymore.
Now it's just
like I would always be looking over my shoulder, be like, oh man, Finster's gonna be there one day. He's gonna be there with like a knife.
That's so funny.
Just shank you in the back.
Hey, Thomas, chill out down there, man. That's not cool. But anyways, so where are we at? They get discouraged. They go back to the command center, and then Alpha and Zoran lets them know, oh well, we have special Zords for you, but you can't use it until you unfreeze your Zords. Like, then why are you even telling us this?
Or, you know what? Since you knew that this was going to happen, but like, we prepared for this moment, why didn't you just give them the Zords initially instead of having them fight with their regular, like, dinosaurs?
Zordon is such a dick.
Zordon, come on, just a little foresight in your planning, and you could be such a better mentor.
It's like, if you know we have to upgrade our phones, let us know so we can upgrade them so we're well prepared for the future. It's like you have it already, so just give it to us as soon as you get it.
Right, and it's like, and then they have to go all this trouble of like, okay, now the Zords are frozen, and now we gotta get like a little bit of essence from each Zord to make sure we can release the new Thunder Zords. And maybe this is like a really particular nitpicky thing, but why are they called Thunder Zords and not Lightning Zords? Because their whole symbol is a lightning bolt, and like they seem to get their power from like thunder is just a sound.
Thunder is sound. It's
lightning is the actual electricity that comes down from the sky and imbues them with like all these crazy powers. Like when you see the sword, and I'm just like,
the writers of this totally just disregard everything.
I mean, that's fine, but still nitpicky. It bothers me.
No, I understand. It makes total sense. So then they get their Thunder Zords. Where is it? Where is Church? Oh, that's a deleted scene.
More ATV. That looks like so much fun.
Yeah, it is fun. So they get their Thunder Zords. And transform and everything. I don't understand. So the actual Zords, these Zords transform into that, or
Yeah, because I was kind of, it's like supposed to be new Zords, but also they're calling on their old Zords and new ones, where it's like Tyrannosaurus, Red Dragon, Thunder Zord. And I was like, wow, that's a mouthful.
Like, yeah, I mean, can't you just cut it short and just have those Zords come out already?
Right, and just be like, Red Dragon, Thunder Zord.
Yeah.
Or just Red Dragon.
Red Dragon Zord. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. But no, they have to go through that whole thing. And one of the funniest things that I thought was funny in the episode is everybody's getting their Zord. Oh. Everybody's getting their Zord, and then you got Tommy left out because he's the Green Ranger. And look how
he doesn't
sad
get
he is.
anything.
He's so sad. He's so sad that everybody gets new toys and he doesn't.
I know.
I would be so mad. I would be so mad.
And he's just sad because the whole time, like, he doesn't even get to be part of the group for a lot of the time because he has no powers. And then
he has that floppy shield.
Yeah, but it protects Zach. So I mean, the shield does something. The shield is actually useful.
That's also another indicator when you continue the series that they ran out of footage for the Green Ranger. So even when they're fighting, it's going to be a floppy shield. Because originally back, it's floppy when he's human, but then when they go back to the fighting scene, it's a firm and harder shield. So there's little indications throughout the series that you're gonna notice. Like, I didn't notice that as a kid. I must have been a really stupid kid.
But kids just don't notice. You kind of just accept things as they are. But as you get older and you learn, like, what continuity is kind of important. But like, yeah, poor Tommy. Like, Tommy is just left out all the time.
Yep.
Like, he is definitely the outcast, and he's just like, I want to have friends, and they leave him behind.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, don't worry about it, Tommy. We can take care of this. And he's like, okay, I'll just sit in the command center with Alpha.
Yeah.
And Zordon, and just watch you on the viewing globe. Cool.
I'm
so sad for him.
He's just getting overlooked now because I mean his powers are pretty much gone, but he still wants to fight with them. But it gets to a point where it's not. Is it even worth it anymore? If you don't have powers and you can't really contribute to the team.
And everyone has to keep recharging you and using some of their powers to give you. I kind of just feel
the
like
power comes. Is he taking like life force and powers from Zordon? Because then that's not helping out anybody.
I mean, Zordon's not that much of a help either, as we can attest to in some of these.
Zordon is a dick.
He is a dick, especially at the very end of this when,
99 bottles of
slime on the wall. And he's just laughing. I'm like, man, you're laughing at Rita, but Rita was like, hey, you can kind of beat her. Now you have Zedd where, like, he's already giving you a run for your money. Like, you should appreciate Rita.
He overlooks, he disrespects Rita to that point when he starts laughing like that. But there were episodes in the previous season where she has the upper hand. Green Ranger sneaks in there and just messes everything up.
Yep.
So I mean, it's fun. It's fun to see Zordon be happy and all that. But
he does it in such a dickish way in that last episode, though.
He is a dick. Zordon is a dick.
I guess that's why him and the Power Rangers get along. Like, they kind of have that little bully moment. And, like, we don't know what happened to Zordon in the context of this show. Of, like, how did you get there? Like, why are you a floating head?
I don't think they ever really explain it in the... JD, did they ever explain, like, Zordon's origin stories in the series?
Because I love it in the new movie where it's like you're a Power Ranger and you have a reason to kind of be a dick. Yeah, but you have a reason and you could be like kind of a envious or jealous mentality of like, hey, I used to have a body and I used to be able to like fight. So
now he just like he orders Alpha around like nothing, like doesn't appreciate anything that Alpha is doing. Alpha is technically his hands and his feet. You know, he's just doing everything that Zordon needs to do and he just doesn't appreciate what he does. And then so they had to figure out a way how to unfreeze the Zord. So Billy goes... And
Trini. I love how Trini is the only one that's like, hey, let me come and try and help you. Like, if you need extra hands or something.
Why do you think that is? Why do you think no one else offers...
I don't know. I don't know if it's because they're like, hey, we're not techie, we'll just mess something up. Mm-hmm. Or if it's just like, we'll just stand here and wait for you guys to do your thing.
Exactly.
Like, you guys are the nerds, you guys go do it.
And then, like, Zordon and Alpha were pestering as he's trying to figure out. It's like, are you guys done yet?
Right?
Are you guys done yet?
Like, Billy's already trying hard. He already knows, like, what's at stake, what the circumstances are. Yep. And calling in every 5 minutes to be like, yo, you done yet? It's like kind of just
we really need you to be done. Right? Are you done? It's like,
Like an office boss that's just like, hey, deadline was like 5 minutes ago.
Everything.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, let me do it. If you
or
can't,
do something productive.
Yeah, exactly.
Like try to find out a weak source or like maybe some other way of interference or like, I don't know, some encouraging words for once.
Yeah,
I'm not sure.
It's a lot, like watching it as an adult is a lot different than watching it as a kid.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things that you're going to overlook as a kid because you like visually it's appealing. There's so many things going on. There's so many things that you like as a kid, and yeah. Well, let's see what's going on in the chat. Let's see. Lint says Thunderzord sounds better than lightning.
It does.
Yeah.
I mean, because it deals with sound too. So I
Yeah.
feel like thunder, sound, lightning,
MJ
visuals.
Spud says that my issue is with Thor. To be honest, Thor.
Lightning god Thor? Hammer?
I don't
Lightning
know.
god?
The Dragonzord was never destroyed. True. Remember Zeo and Rito and Goldar? I guess get that one. I wish they should have switched up with Die Ranger suits. Yeah, I mean the Die Ranger suits were. Like, let's go back to that because they're really great suits.
But they just don't have a Black Ranger, and I feel like that's why you wouldn't be able to utilize any of that recording because you're missing kind of like a key person in our Mighty Morphin Power Rangers.
They look so good.
They really do.
They did end up using these suits in a newer season, like not a few years ago. It was they were a special mode, but they didn't really explain it. They just automatically turned into these Rangers.
Man, White Ranger looks so good. That's such a good costume.
It's a really great costume. It's so like royal. It's so I don't know how to describe
white and gold.
Yeah.
White, gold, and black. It's
so yeah, I mean let's see. Go back to the chat. What they were saying. The American shield of the Green Ranger was made out of copper. What? They made it noticeable on what Sentai's footage and what's early. I will be Tommy's friend. Something just happened. That song impression. What song impression did I do? I don't remember.
The 99 bottles of slime on the wall. 99 bottles of slime.
There's a fanfic where Zordon and Rita were married before she turned evil. Okay. I can't wait for Elle to see Tommy as the White Ranger.
Me too.
I mean, you watched the series when you're a kid.
I did. I actually don't remember these, like, Thunder Zord things at all, though. Like, I don't know. I don't know if it's, like, my memories of as a kid or just kind of, like, combined into, like, one lump of Power Rangers.
When, in your memory, was it always...
It's always these. It's always
these.
And so now I'm wondering, like, did I even watch this all the way through?
Yeah.
Or, like, what happened?
There are a lot of things that I feel like I missed out. I missed little things. I remember big parts. When they get new Zords, when the White Ranger comes, when other things happen. So, I mean, it's fun to go back and watch them.
Because even in my memory, like, for some reason, I thought Titanus was, like, the White Ranger's Zord, but it comes out during Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, like, that first season, like, quite a lot. And for some, like, I guess, like, my kid memories are just, like, a lump of everything that Power Rangers was.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
But, I mean, obviously our fans know a lot more about it, like, about the little intricacies of the series than we do, but going back and actually watching it it's
so fun. I love it.
When I actually learned about the whole the stuff behind why 3 of the Rangers left and when they were replaced, I started going back and seeing and trying to figure out exactly what episode that they actually weren't there anymore. And that was fun for me. I don't know why I enjoy that, like picking out that little stuff.
Because as a kid, you just accept like, oh, they're there, oh, they left. But it's like a number of episodes where it's like they're not there, and it's like you're saying like over the shoulder shots or like you don't ever see them
from behind.
Yeah.
Or recycled footage. There'll be scenes where it'll be trainy, but it'll be a scene from another episode. So that was always one of the fun things to pick out. Also, I have a few more clips here. Let me see that we can check out. Calling out the this we played a little bit of this before. This is the new Zords, and they keep like you're saying, they kept the whole phrase that they did. I felt like they would have saved a lot more time if they would just say it the way they did.
Yeah, or just call it, I don't know. It was a weird thing. I love these Zords, so it's fine. It's all good.
The thing that really annoyed me the thing that really annoyed me about this episode is how they resolved this issue. So, first off, there's two stupid things. Billy finally got his little contraption over to where they're at, and it didn't work.
Oh, and the batteries?
It was because of the battery?
See, that's what happens, Zordon. When you rush Billy like that, he makes careless mistakes that he wouldn't normally
He's
do.
like, it looks like I put the battery upside down.
And
Really?
Tommy's like, oh, you boy. Billy.
It's so bad. And then they just end up, they use it after, but they use their little blaster and just shoot the fish guy.
Yeah.
Why couldn't you have done that
way
at the
earlier?
very beginning when he's up on the building? Just shoot him and then you're done.
See, that's what I was kind of wondering too. Is like when they're like, "Oh no, our Zords!" It's like the fish monster is controlling the Zords, so why don't you attack him? But it takes him a couple episodes to like come to this
2
conclusion.
episodes.
And I feel like Zordon should have been like, "Hey guys, new target, not your Zords. Attack the fish.
Attack the fish.
Attack the fish."
But
I mean, like maybe Billy's like, "Oh no, I'm so scared of the fish. Did I get over my fear?" I don't know. It was like it's a weird thing, and I'm sad that the individual Zords didn't have the chance to showcase their individual powers. Yeah, I want to see what they could do, like blasters and all these.
Because
other
it was only
things.
they froze them immediately. See, I don't understand.
But even with the new Zords, like it immediately came into like the new Megazord.
Yeah.
And it's like, why doesn't like the individual Zords get a chance to shine and like use their own powers?
It gets to a point where why even have them come out
individually?
Just have them
be
come out
connected
as
all the
Megazord.
time.
Yeah. We got more comments. MJ Spud, is it me or am I the only one that finds it hilarious that David Yost got the unicorn Zord because the company knew he was going to be fabulous?
Is that what it was? Did they already know at that time?
No, I don't think so.
I know that there was a lot of bullying
I don't think
for
that
Yost.
I don't think that had anything to do with that. But I mean, no.
And whatever, unicorns are like badass. I love unicorns, and they're cabin in the woods style, or they're like stab you. They're so evil.
Jeez. Oh my god, that's such a great movie.
It's so good. I always want the unicorns to come and like demolish everyone.
Yeah. I want Peyton List to be Power Ranger. Don't know what that is. King Brachian. Elle, just wait until you see the hideous offspring of Rita and Zedd. Spoiler alert, dude.
They have kids. I think they would be like kind of cute. I imagine like Rita's cute little face and white like hair, pigtails, but with Zedd's armor.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't remember. Did they have kids in the show? Yeah, okay. First 3 Rangers leaving still bothers me till this day. Yes, it does. Battlestar Galactica says, well, Thomas Franco knows about the 3 Rangers leaving. Tony, I have a crush on Yellow from RPM. Tony's not here. Especially SPD. I'm reading it backwards, so it's messing it up. But yeah, the tone of the series definitely changes with Lord Zedd coming in. It's a little bit
darker,
more
intense,
but I mean,
he's aggressive.
He's
definitely.
I think it's it'll change back to its kind of like wonky type of a comedic way as soon as.
Do you think it was because parents called in and was like, "Hey, this is violent"? Like,
no,
do parents still do that? Like, call in and be like, "We don't like this show. You need to change it, otherwise
that is actually
we're going to protest."
That is
something.
actually why Tommy came back. So his footage ran out. So initially he wasn't going to come back, and then they wanted Tommy to come back. So they created a new character for him.
Oh, well, good.
Yeah, but
not Tommy.
Yeah, I think it's more dire in the beginning of this season because they're adjusting to how Zedd does things, but later on they're more comfortable with how it goes, and then they get more powers and they got their new Zords. So I mean, it balances out. It balances out. So the villains threat grows, but then the Power Rangers powers grow as well. So
That's cool.
it makes sense. It makes sense that they have to do that. I mean, if you didn't, then it'd just be the same show over and over again.
I mean, and I feel like it kind of, with 60 episodes of the first season, it kind of was where like, okay, you morph, you try to fight, you call the monster grows, you get the Megazord, they fight, and you win. every single time.
It'd be nice if they changed it up a little bit.
Yeah, that's why I feel like showcasing like individual Zords and they're like how they can fight against a monster, or they could like divide and conquer, or do something like that. Like I hope it gets to that in the future.
Like you saw the movie, right? Every individual, or the new movie, I mean.
Yes.
Every individual Zord had a task, and they're doing. I liked how they did it, where they split up and they're doing different things.
Yeah,
I really wish we had more scenes like that for like it's too late for this show, but for the next shows,
or just like future in general and like character development. I hope we get to see that.
I was talking about so this going back and watching this show, I thought that it was a great show. Don't get me wrong, it's a good show. I thought it was a great show because I'm basing it all off nostalgia.
Yeah.
And how I liked it when I was a kid, but watching it now, it doesn't hold up. Like
unless you watched it as a kid,
yeah,
you probably would not enjoy it as an adult.
If I didn't watch it when I was a kid and I just like, oh, why is everybody talking about this Power Ranger show? I'm gonna go watch it. I was like, man, this is not good. This is terrible.
Yeah.
It's the nostalgia factor that helps it keep moving it forward, and it gets to a point where the show, it's still like that. The show is exactly the same. So people are always complaining about the new Power Ranger series are terrible or whatever. But I mean, it's not really that bad compared to. I mean, it's exactly the same as the old shows were. They didn't really step up as far as like character development or their storylines. They're exactly the same. So I mean,
see, that's disappointing to me because I feel like it's still gonna always be for the same age range of children, and I get that. But you can always elevate the content of it, and I think that's the most important with developing any kind of series is kind of reinventing yourself to be better.
Yeah.
And kind of from what I hear and like comments on the side, I don't know if it necessarily does that, and how excited I could be to watch every single series of Power Rangers.
Don't get me wrong though. The next few seasons, like a good 5 seasons after this that aren't Mighty Morphin, they're great. Like a lot of people will tell you, like, oh, Space is great. The storylines for Space and Lost Galaxy and even Zeo, they dive into a lot more storytelling, especially in Space. Space turns into kind of like Star Wars Power Rangers.
Oh wow!
Yeah, so it does get better, and then it reverts back to how the original series was.
Ooh.
Yeah. I know it's weird. Like there are tons of kid shows out there that have great character development. They have great storylines. Just like Avatar, The Last Airbender, that was great. Even Legend of Korra, the Voltron show on Netflix. That's amazing. That's so good, and it's for a little bit older audience or a little bit older kids, but I feel like it's the same demographic as Power Rangers can be. So it's just little things that they can fix in the future, and it'll probably help their franchise a lot better. But I mean, because I watched this series as a kid, nostalgia really takes over, and you're just like, oh yeah, I loved how I felt watching this when I was a kid. I loved, playing on the playgrounds, pretending to be Power Rangers. All that was great. But
and it's true, and I feel like for me, any kind of like monster mech, kind of like giant size, larger than life thing, like I love it anyway. Like even if it's like the crappiest kind of movie, like I find so much enjoyment from it.
Like old robot movies and stuff. Yeah,
like old Godzilla, like all the Godzilla movies.
These things look amazing. Like they're
so well designed. Like
they're dinosaurs,
Oh my god, the one thing, this is like kind of unrelated to anything, but I love when like the monsters come and they're just like flailing their arms and they're like, rah, this is how we walk. And I'm just like, cool. That's so ridiculous watching it as an adult. Like you couldn't be like more menacing or something, but it's like, no, we just walk like this and I'm a dinosaur.
And
I'm like,
how
that's cute.
They always go straight for the Power Rangers first, and they don't. I mean, if you really wanted to put the Power Rangers in a tough spot, you would start like holding civilians for ransom or whatever, doing putting other people in danger. Then it really makes the Power Rangers have to figure out.
Yeah, like
how-
when their parents were kidnapped.
Yeah,
Adult
exactly.
napped or whatever. But also I feel like, because even Lord Zedd knows where Billy lives, it's like, he won't create this machine that can block
Exactly.
the... I was like, why don't you send the monster to his house and knock on his door and just like punch him in the face?
Just like Rita in that movie, or Rita went to Trini's house
Yeah.
and like freaking chokeslammed her. That they
Right.
know who these kids are.
And they know where they live.
They know where they live. They know everything.
I would just be like, all right, it's their bedtime. It's 11 o'clock. They're in bed. All right. Finster, now send down one of your monsters.
Or make a bunch of monsters and send them all down at once. I mean, those are little things that make you think maybe these villains aren't really the top tier villains and aren't really the ones to be put in charge of trying to take
Well,
over
thank
this
goodness.
world.
Otherwise, our whole world would be
Yes.
like conquered, which would kind of
Yeah.
suck. But
You have to revert back and remember that this is a kids show, and it's not a show for adults. So they're not gonna try to expand on certain tactics that they want to expand on.
I know that makes sense.
Yeah.
And like talking about kids shows, this is like 100% unrelated, but I would love to see like a little Oscar the Grouch in a trash can and a Rita Repulsa in a trash can, like just being best friends.
That would
And,
be
like,
a great shirt.
Yeah, that they're
actually.
just like really cranky at each other and they both have
Exactly.
headaches and they're just like
That would be a
they're like
really
put in
great-
front of a house and they just have to stay in their little dumpsters and
that
they
would
just
be a
argue.
really great mashup cosplay, I think.
Right,
Like
like-
Rita in a trash can, or not like a real trash can, but her little dumpster thing.
Yeah, like the small miniature one, like the old school house trash cans and like
Yeah.
Oscar the Grouch, and they're like,
That would.
and they just go around and they
That'd
complain
be a
and they
really
like
great shirt.
bitch at each other all day long. I feel like that would be so adorable.
Let's see, what else are they saying? Zeo and Power Rangers movie got me back into Power Rangers, if not by Power Morphicon. Yes, Thrax in Operation Overdrive, Zedd and Rita's son. Okay, I wasn't even born when it was new because I was born in 2000. When you get older, you realize a lot of things, and that's why the show isn't as good as it was when you're younger. That's true. Time Force. A lot of people are just saying some of the shows that this series where it got really good. So let's go to the comments.
Okie dokes.
This is the comments from you guys' show last week. So you probably
Oh yeah, we
know-
didn't read. We totally forgot to read comments last week.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
So I mean, you probably know what these are referring to. You want to start off, or should I?
I can start off.
Alright.
So we have Thomas Franco. Great wrap up as always. Good way to end the first season and start season 2 of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. But Tommy playing football, that's funny, not knowing the rules. Ernie training Tommy and showing him what to do, but the Mutant Rangers, that was dope. Badass episode. The Mutant Power Rangers use the Zoo Ranger weapons in civilian form, like you're fighting your double. Anyway, season 1 of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers is one of the best seasons of Power Rangers, but I hope in 2019 Power Rangers Beast Morphers doesn't let us down as fans. Hashtag Elle and Daniel, y'all got great chemistry working together. Oh, thanks.
That was a fun episode. I remember that one at the very end where they think Tommy doesn't make the team, and he just.
But he's already wearing the uniform.
Yeah.
Like that would be. We talked about it, but that's like the most messed up thing to have all the kids like already dressed up.
Exactly.
Being,
It's like that's not how it works.
and
They
then
would
if-
not even get to be in that auditorium and for the presentation.
Right? And then they're just standing backstage like, please call my name. And if you don't get called, you're just standing back there like crying silently to yourself.
It's like, exactly. Oh, Ernie, you dropped, or Coach, you dropped this.
But how did Tommy make that team? He doesn't even know how to play football. He should not be on that team.
Hey, when I was in high school, I played football. They were just looking for just bodies to just play, because I went to a small school growing up, so they're just looking for people.
But did you know like you don't get to like kick people in football where you're just like, hiya! And it's just like, I was like, Tommy, no! Have you ever watched football a day in your life? Or like,
Nah,
Yeah.
these are those things that they did for comedic relief, I think. Cyril Moore says, awesome review, guys. I love you guys. Can't wait for you guys to do a review on season 2 episode of the Power Transfer. Who is your favorite monster from season 1 between the eye guy, the shark, and the shark monster? In Power Rangers 2017, Jason did play high school football as a quarterback. What was your favorite Zack episode? In Season 2, what's your thoughts on Bulk and Skull trying to find out who the Power Rangers' true identity? These are a lot of questions. I like the eyeball guy.
Yeah, eyeball guy.
Eyeball
really
guy.
fun.
That would be a nice like costume to make. or
Right? Like if I ever saw that cosplay,
Yeah.
I'd be so excited.
I mean, just
for eye guy.
just go to like a bunch of thrift stores and just buy a bunch of eyes.
Put on some kind of like big ass costume.
I don't
You're good.
remember the shark monster. In the
It's
Jason
just like
did
a
play
big
football.
shark with like a second head. I don't know. It was a weird.
Oh, okay.
It's just
okay.
shark monster.
What was your favorite Zach episode?
Oh man, that's hard. I'm trying to think back to all the ones. Like obviously, I remember the one.
The ones that have to do with Angela?
Yeah, the oyster stew one, of course.
Uh-huh.
But
Oh,
that's
yeah.
not my favorite because I'm like, damn it, Zach. You need to learn. So that's obviously not my favorite Zach episode. That's
Yeah.
one where I'm like the most upset at him.
Yeah.
What's your favorite Zach episode?
I'm trying to remember my favorite Zach episode. It would definitely be the one where he's a magician or something.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
He does magic.
He works really hard to get Angela to like him.
He
It's
really
so
does.
Funny. It's so funny. In season 2, what are your thoughts on Bulk and Skull trying to find out Power Rangers' true identity? Well, it gives them purpose. It gives them something to do instead of being bullies.
And I feel like, because they really admire the Power Rangers.
Yeah.
So I kind of hope that they do find out the identities eventually of these Power Rangers and kind of have this respect for them as human beings and what they do. Like they're teenagers in school dealing with the same issues
Yeah.
while also trying to save the planet and being a selfless person. And in
That
kinda
would
switching
be
it
a
back.
storyline if they made Power Rangers now.
Yeah,
But not in the
definitely.
90s.
And how like the Power Rangers too will be like, hey, you're able to keep our secret. Like we actually respect you. We're not doing it because we're scared you're going to expose us, but because you do admire us and maybe we can help you out. And,
Yeah, yeah.
you know, work as a team. Like you could be our ground forces and like trying to get civilians out of the buildings that we're destroying or something.
Exactly. Your turn.
All right, so Mr. Ray, great wrap up. Loving listening, watching you guys while I work on my Ranger book.
Ooh,
Oh, a Ranger
cool.
book. I really hope you guys, for you guys to get to season 2 and review it. Also, the longer I watch this, the more I fall for Elle. Aw, hurts. Keep up the good work, you guys. See you next week for the wrap up. What kind of book are you working on?
Yeah, I want to know.
I'm super interested. Let us know.
Put that in the THS hashtaggers page.
Yeah. Oh wait, there's a bunch of hashtags I didn't read either. Daniel for Rainbow Ranger.
Whoa, that's cool.
Ooh, I didn't know rainbow could be an option. I want all the colors.
Would be a cool ranger, actually.
And Elle for our new Mighty Morphin Yellow. Love you, Elle. Yes, yellow.
You ever think about suiting up as a Yellow Ranger?
I would love to, but I kind of mentioned last week that since there's no female Red Rangers, that I kind of want to be a Red
Whoa,
Ranger
that would
and
be
just be
dope.
like, yes.
That'd be cool.
Obey me.
That'd be cool.
I would be like the same leadership skills as Tommy and Jason, though.
as Tommy and
I
Jason.
probably would give horrible advice.
Who would you model your leadership skills off of, Tommy or Jason?
Probably Tommy.
Tommy.
He's more for teamwork,
Yeah.
for sure, even though he makes some really dumb mistakes.
Like
He's all
kicking
about
people
teamwork.
when he plays football. Oh, Brian Earl Wizard Ryder Thomas says, great retro wrap up and Elle Tea and Daniel Jerome, and great way to end MMPR season 1. And can't wait for season 2 and love you Elle Tea and Daniel Jerome, my friends forever. Ryan Earl Thomas from Arizona and hashtag Daniel and Elle show.
Yes.
Nice.
We should get a hashtag Jezzer and Elle show for this week.
Jezzer and Elle show.
Yes. So, Derek Harvey, congrats on making it through the first season of MMPR.
Yay.
Honestly, did not think you all would proceed through every episode, but definitely proved you wrong. Yes. Should have better story concepts and thought processes about the future episodes going into season 2, which knowing as such, the story concepts start to mature a bit. So that's good. That's what I want. Keep up the always phenomenal work. Blessings. Hashtag Ranger Crew.
Nice. Blackwing 2040. Congratulations on finishing MMPR Season 1. Guys, onward to Season 2. I really love the Mutant Rangers episode. Who doesn't love Great Ranger versus Evil Doppelganger Ranger? Great job on the wrap-up, and keep up the great work.
All right.
Oh my god. You want to split this up? You can split this up.
Sure.
Yeah,
All right.
probably-
So, Robin Chan, sorry for missing the live chat. I was busy making s'mores and eating them and camp group pictures. You're eating s'mores? That's way better.
Isn't it cold outside?
But that's when you make it. You have like a bonfire and you get all cozy and you burn the marshmallows.
Nice.
Okay. Enter the Lizinator. I give this episode 5.5 or 5 out of 5. Football season, I give this a 4 out of 5. Mighty Morphin Mutants, I give this a 5 out of 5. And Oyster Stew, I give this 4 out of 5.
Nice. And enter the Lizinator. Bulk gets bullied by Kimberly and Kelly. His cheer is definitely interesting. Loved it when Bulk mentioned that he's hunky and handsome. The cheer was made up on the spot by Polly. Nice one, man. In football season, Bulk and Skull got in detention for the football playing in the hallway just to show off. In detention, they did their ballet practice to learn agility to play football, and at the end, Bulk joins the team. I did like that. I did like he was in a football uniform. He had a little tutu.
Yeah, like he has no shame. Like he just wants to be a better football player, and he's doing whatever it takes to become that. And I was like, I applaud him.
Now that I think about it, Bulk and Skull had the really good character development throughout the show.
They did. I really like them. And best outfits. Yeah. Always the best outfits. So in Mighty Morphin Mutants, a Tommy focus episode where Tommy forgets things literally, Bulk and Skull tries to give Tommy some examples of things he forgets and remembers and gets bullied by the rest of the Rangers. I mean, I don't know if Tommy was necessarily bullied in that episode. The Rangers were actually trying to help him remember and give him some, you know, like Trini rearranges his binder and Billy makes this little thing that's like, hey, remember to do the thing. I don't know if it's bullied. They're good enough friends. They're good enough friends. Oh my God.
Hey, I'm taking
Mammoth shield. They never use the head as a shield enough in that show anyway. But they try to help with his class assignment. Rita made things worse for Tommy. That's true. Rita always makes things worse for anyone who's having a bad time already. Yeah. And in an oyster stew, another job offer seed plot for Bulk and Skull in a restaurant, setting down for later seasons. Oh, so does Bulk and Skull get jobs, like different miscellaneous jobs in the future? Oh, okay. So this is kind of like the first episode where they're like for hire and they're going through their thing. Okay, cool.
Nice. I agree with Elle about Bulk and Skull's story plot. It's better than the main episode story plot. And Daniel, you sound much better than the last time. You didn't sound so good, like you lost your voice. Did you pick up on my idea when using the mint and such? I don't know what I was referring to that.
Oh, maybe just, he was losing his voice because he has like laryngitis or something. Yeah, he's not doing well.
He was trying to come in today. I was like, dude, just relax. Just save up your voice because we're going to need you in the future.
I know, that cold is going around. I've been sick now for like 3 weeks.
Really?
This random cough for like 3 weeks now.
Oh, man.
So they expand the Bulk and Skull storyline from Mighty Morphin Power Rangers seasons 1 through 3 to Zeo, Turbo, In Space, Lost Galaxy, Wild Force, Forever Red, Samurai, Super Samurai, and then Hyperforce. So Elle, there's so many more things to cover for the storyline. Get ready for more, girl, if you're here to stay. I hope I'm here to stay.
Yeah.
Watch all of these things. I love it.
It's a lot.
Oh, never mind. I heard I'm fired. After this episode, I'm gone.
Just breaking news. Elle's fired. No, I'm kidding.
Okay.
It's a lot of stuff to watch. It really is. I mean, right now, were you interested in shows like this, or what types of shows do you watch right now?
I mean, I kind of just watch what's popular, like Walking Dead. I watch Game of Thrones, Doctor Who. I love Rick and Morty. Like
Rick and Morty.
I watch a lot of stuff. Like one of my most recent favorite movies has to be Pacific Rim, just because I love monsters and I love.
Are you
mechs
excited about the new one?
I'm a little less excited because I love Guillermo del Toro, and since he's not working on this one, I don't know if it's going to be as good. And the whole thing with Legendary being bought out by a Chinese company and what they're looking for versus.
I don't know how.
I mean, the monsters are still good. Like, I'm not expecting as much from the storyline, but I hope for some epic battles of the Jaegers and the Kaijus.
I mean, this is exactly it's what like we're watching in Power Rangers: the Zords, the fights with the monsters. Like, if they were to make, I know they're not going to, but if they were to make another Power Ranger movie, I would like to see the fights, the robot fights and the monster fights, like that up to that par.
Yeah.
Even though the second Pacific Rim's not with the Guillermo del Toro, it's still, the monsters still look decent. The Jaegers still look cool. So I would like to see that. I mean, it's all the content, they can really make something. I mean, the fight scene with the new 2017 movie, I mean, it was okay. I wasn't too impressed with what they look like, but if they could just make it up to par with how Pacific Rim did it, I think they'll be okay. If they were to make another movie. But yeah, I like all those shows too, and like I said, watching this replays of this Power Ranger series, it really brought back a lot of memories and how I felt when I watched them when I was a kid. But it doesn't hold up. I don't know. It's
I still like it, but only because I watched it as a kid.
as a
I
kid,
think if
exactly.
I watched it as an adult, I would have no connection to this. I would think it's really low. Oh, not even low budget, but the way that it's spliced together was really sloppy and stuff. Because like
The voiceovers and
yeah,
everything.
but as far as the monsters and the Zords, I thought that looked really good. And they obviously have like enough funding where they can have ATVs and all this other stuff.
Exactly.
And I'm just like, I wish they gave
watching
more
this
money to
episode,
the writers
yeah.
and had them develop better plots and better stories. And
They probably could have not have invested a lot into the ATVs and all that, and probably invest into a little bit more storytelling and character development. But I did, after watching this episode, I wanted to go out there and get on an ATV and just go driving for a little bit.
but see, not for Power Rangers. I wanted to be more like Witness, Mad Max style.
Yeah. I mean, I think you're gonna enjoy the next few episodes of this series.
I hope so. I want to see more of these Zords for sure. I freaking love them. I love the design of these.
I like.
I'm excited.
It's like a Shogun or what?
Oh, sorry, it's the Thunder Megazord.
Is it Thunder Megazord?
Yeah.
But the design, it looks like kind of like a Ronin warrior or something. It looks pretty cool. And they had to make a new cockpit for it. So whenever you see them like in the Zord, like standing up, that's actual American footage.
Oh, okay.
I don't think they, because the like the Rangers, as you saw, were different, so they had to make different footage for inside the Zord, unlike the previous season where it was them inside the Zord, and every time they were inside the Zord, it was Japanese footage. I think my favorite scene of that is when Green Ranger comes in and just
punches
Trini like across the Zord. But yeah, so it's you're gonna like where it goes. You're gonna like the storylines. You're gonna like.
I mean, I'm sure I'm gonna love it. Like, I
Yeah.
love this kind of stuff anyway. So even like the bad things where I complain, I'm like, that doesn't make sense, and that's
Yeah.
an awful
But
decision.
sometimes that's the
But I
best
like
thing.
it. It's
That's the
funny.
best
It's
part.
really funny, especially watching as an adult when you don't take it seriously and you're just here to enjoy it and have fun.
Like I'm
it's
gonna
a
enjoy.
great
I'm gonna
show.
enjoy pointing out what's.
I look
American
forward.
footage.
I look forward to all
Or
of that.
like that's not Rita. That's not Jason. That's probably one of my favorite things watching these episodes now. So let's go see before we close out what the comments say. Olivia Holt. I like Bulk and Skull and Zeo. They wanted to do more things. They become friendly with the Rangers. This is random, but when my mom got married, she moved to England, and Power Rangers was one of her favorite shows. That's cool.
Oh, that's cool.
Season was focused on Kimberly getting her powers transferred to Catherine. I think the Alien Rangers, the Rangers from Ackroyd, didn't get enough focus because of the other Rangers searching for the Zeo crystals. It took us a year to get through season 1. It did. I mean, it's how many episodes?
It's 60 episodes.
60 episodes, and there's only so many episodes you can watch in one day. So give us some time. We're not gonna sit there and just watch all 60 episodes in one sitting. That's a lot
to talk about anyway. I
It
think
is.
three episodes per week.
Is that what you guys is 3 episodes per week?
So far, yeah.
Yeah.
Since I've been here, it's been 3 episodes per week. Except for last week was 4 because we finished out the 60.
Yeah.
I don't know, math.
Layla says Blackwing. It was 10 episodes and they weren't the main focus. Matt says so. At this rate, you'll get caught up in 24 years.
Does that math? Is that math?
That's math.
Is that math?
Yeah, that's math. The absence of Kim and not having a Shogun Zord was never mentioned. That's Kaku for you. The Alien Rangers didn't get enough development. Power Rangers is serious business, said by Lint. I wish Power Rangers would get off the it's a kid show excuse. I wish they would too, but technically it is a kid show.
But you can have awesome stuff. There's this other show that I watch called Gravity Falls, and it's
I've
made
heard
for
that.
kids. But man, it appeals. Well, I'm a little bit older than most of y'all, but like it appeals to my generation like no other. It is so funny and witty
it's
and
our
continuity.
generation is the one that write it. Right?
Yeah, it is. Oh,
I mean,
amazing.
There's a bunch of shows growing up where I felt like they dived into a lot of like more mature stuff. I mean, Doug and Hey Arnold and all those Nick cartoons. They had a lot of themes going through the show where it's like that's not a lot of kids go through that
Yeah.
depression and all and losing your parents and all that. But they still went for it. Power Rangers should go for it. I mean, it's
especially if they're gonna keep creating new seasons. They need to make better content.
They need to make better content. Holland says, Matt, I know, do you ship Enza, and I forgot her name. What? You would pay me $1 million to watch 60 episodes of season 1. Oh, here. Mr. Ray says, you guys said send my book to you guys through where again? Post it in THS hashtaggers, the Facebook page on the bottom. But yeah. All right. That seems like that's it for this episode. In all, you enjoyed these 3 episodes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we usually rate episodes, but maybe you can rate it as a whole because it's like 3 episodes together. It's part 1, 2, and 3. So
yeah. And it's not like I felt like versus the other part 1 and 2 episodes, it was actually just one whole episode. Like,
yeah, it's just one long really story.
Well. JD, when this originally aired, did it all play together?
I don't remember.
I would have been so mad if that wasn't the case. If they would
if they made you wait, especially since kids don't really have that mentality to be like, gotta tune in next week. That becomes more of a teen thing.
That's how it works.
Yeah. I wouldn't like that. But yeah, so we can rate it as one whole thing.
I thought this was super good, mostly because I love the new Zords.
Yes.
I would probably give this a 5 out of 5. It's a good way to enter season 2.
Yeah, I give it a 5 out of 5. I love how you really felt like it was the second season. Everybody had a different look. Like Billy was,
except for Tommy.
Yeah, Billy was he was more fit. He lost his glasses.
Oh yeah, we forgot to talk about that.
And then Jason got his ear pierced, which is big back in the 90s.
Oh yeah.
Once you get your ear pierced, you're a bad dude right there.
Yep.
And Zach's hair is a little bit higher.
Yeah.
There's a lot of different things about this show where you really felt like, oh, they filmed this a little bit after the first season.
And they got a new intro too, so it's not the intro that we've seen like in this 3rd episode.
Yep.
I thought it was good. Everything was super fun.
I give it a 5 out of 5. It's a good, like in Power Ranger with Power Rangers, it's a good episode. I like it.
Same.
And I mean, for the storylines that you're gonna be seeing next, they're on par with it, but it's not. I like episodes where it's many parts, where it's a continuation. But yeah, let's see what they said. Holland says, I give it a 4 out of 5. Robin Chan, 5.5 out of 5. Larry, a 5. Jared, a 5. Black Queen, 5 out of 5. Jared says, Zach gets dreads later on. Oh, cool.
Ooh, fashion.
Thomas Franco, 4.5. MJ Spud, 4.7. Come on, just give it the 3 points, man.
0.3.
Tommy doesn't have his powers, and he lost them at the moment. Yeah, so pretty much it's everybody's agreeing that it's a top episode. It's a good episode.
Yeah, it was really good. All 3 combined. It's a good storyline.
I just didn't like Goldar and his little
sniveling.
Yeah, he's an annoying dude. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. Make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe to this channel. Elle, where can we find you on social media?
On Instagram, ELLE_TEA.
Yeah. Are you on that new Vero app?
I downloaded it. I'm not actually on it.
I don't understand.
I can't do more than one social media at a time.
I understand how it works.
I
like how Instagram you can post to like Facebook and Twitter though, so
Yeah.
you don't have to post so many times.
Yeah.
You can find me on all social media at Jezzer Zeus. We'll be back
next week.
Next week. So tune in. So make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to this channel. We also have Pop Culture Renegades. They're going to be. Are you guys going live today?
Mm-hmm.
They're going to be going live with Ultra Carbon.
Episode 7 and 8.
7 and 8.
Oh yeah.
Also,
Almost
we
there.
have Twitch streams running throughout the week. So if you guys are into gaming and all that, you can tune into that. I also have Mondays is my Twitch schedule. So I wouldn't be playing a game. I will be working on my cosplay that I'm setting up for San Diego. So we're doing War Machine and Iron Man. So if you guys want to tune into that tomorrow, it'd be great to have you guys. So make sure you like, comment, subscribe to keep up. Comment, subscribe to keep up to date with everything trending in geek pop culture.